Welcome, Rainbow Unicorns, to another reading. Today we are going to be looking at what May 2023 has in store for you. I'm Siena with Siena Unfiltered Tarot, and let's get started. We've got 3 piles for you to choose today. So I love saving my fortunes from fortune cookies. So I have attached a fortune as well as an oracle card to your crystal to see the energy of May. And I have not looked at any of these, so this is exciting for the both of us. If you feel called to multiple piles, perhaps there's multiple piles that contain messages for you. And if not, go for the one that is calling your intuition. And if you're still stuck, ask Siri, ask your neighborhood, ask your home AI system to pick a number 1 through 3 and see what happens. So I am going to see you on the other side. If your reading resonated, give it a like and feel free to let me know what readings you want to see on this channel down in the comments below. So with that being said, I'm going to toodles and I will see you later. Ciao, ciao for now. Toodles! Hello, pile 1. If you chose the blue lace agate, then this is going to be your reading for the month of May. I'm going to put her right there. Let's take a look at what your fortune has to say. You have the passion and ability to accomplish things both great and small. That is so sweet. So maybe you've been doubting yourself. Maybe you've been finding yourself in this analysis paralysis, or you've just been overthinking things way too much lately. I want to tell you that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And let's see what your oracle has to say. Love spell 21. Let the honey of your soul swell in the depths of love. Pile 1, I think love is your answer. And this is not to say that you have to have a partner. I am saying that maybe self-love is something that has been lacking. And when we don't nurture our bodies and our souls with the sweetness of life, with the sweetness of love and TLC and passion, we are more likely to enter a state of burnout faster. Love is unconditional, and there are so many types of love to be had. We have 21 here also. So 21 might be an important number. Maybe it's an age that you're turning or that of someone significant in the month of May, or the 21st of May might be an important date for you. It could be the 21st might be your anniversary date for some of you, and you want to do something special to commemorate the love that you have for one another. Maybe this is also a collective feeling of stagnancy between the two of you. If money is tight, you don't have as much extra spending or extra cushion to go out for dinner or to go out on a date. And I say make romance your own. Start learning how to romanticize your life in simple ways, even if it means cooking a meal together, right? You can have romance in whatever aspect of life that you want, right? as long as you take those steps to create romance in the air. Okay, so I want to read this from the book because it is a newer deck, and sometimes the messages in the book hit differently for everyone. So we have the theme of intention. All spells should be approached with clarity and an understanding of the outcome you are seeking. Love spell guides to find deeper understanding of your ethos and your guiding beliefs. What do you truly want out of life? What do you need to feel? What do you need to feel whole and fulfilled? What causes your heart to swell in the depths of love? Knowing what you need is the first step toward embracing it. The universe is ready and willing to fulfill your dreams, but before it can do so, it needs to know without a doubt what those dreams are. Pulling this card means you are ready to establish your system of beliefs and sacred principles that will define all of your choices moving forward. If you are asking about love, then this card guides to be clear about the type of love you're seeking. If your question is about success, this card urges you to seek clarity about what success means to you. Whatever your question is at this time, pulling this card is an invitation to gain a better understanding of yourself and your intentions. And we also have 74, so the 7th, the 4th, or the 11th might also be significant for you. In addition, let me put her right there. In addition, the 21, the number 21 is affiliated with the World card of the major arcana in tarot. And the World is all about a turning point, okay? A new chapter, finality and closure, and moving on. And so maybe you are leaving this, maybe you are leaving a relationship potentially, or you are walking away from a position, or you're going to be wrapping up some sort of project, and you are then going to be independent. Okay, and that process could be starting, or it could be a process that is continuing to happen in the month of May. So get clear on what your beliefs are. Get clear on your values. Your values operate as a sort of compass. And so maybe you've been unclear, because oftentimes when we're asked point blank, just out of the blue, what are your values? Yes, we can think about it, but it's not something that we necessarily know off the top of our heads. So maybe give that a little bit of reflection. Okay. Next, we're going to pull some tarot cards, and I'm using a new deck. I'm obsessed. This is the Pasta Tarot. I've been using it in all of my more recent readings. It's just such a fun deck to use. I just blew that fortune away. Here she is. Okay. That being said, I might switch up the decks I use for this reading. Okay. I'm going to put her underneath. But yeah. Also, blue lace agate has to do with communication. And so healing some form of communication, potentially in love. Maybe you are being more forthcoming or more straightforward in your communication as far as boundaries go, and you're not playing people pleaser anymore. You are, if you don't want to do something, you are just going to say no thanks for the invitation. And no is a complete sentence. Oftentimes we feel like if we say no, we have to explain ourselves. And that is not the case, okay? You have to do what's best for you, and only you can answer that. So let's get some cards. Let's get 11 relationships. Let's get 11 relationships card. Love and relationships. And this can be platonic. It can also be romantic. We have the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse position. And if you cannot see, okay, so it's interesting because we also have the 10 of Wands in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. But in this 4 of Pentacles card, we have the quadretti soup, and instead of eating her bowl of soup, she is choosing to consume cookies. And she's like, these are mine, and I'm enjoying them now. Now, it is in the reverse position. Okay, so some of you might not feel 110% secure in the way of your relationships. Maybe your communication, you feel like maybe this person okay. So maybe this person plays it safe. They don't take a lot of risks, and they don't necessarily demonstrate to you behaviors that would suggest that they're ready to commit. And so maybe you're unsure about this relationship and the future. And I'm seeing that this could be either a very short-term relationship, so like 4 months to 6 months, or this could be like 4 years, 3 to 4 years. And like, you know, this person has said that they were going to do things when you first started dating, and it hasn't really panned out. And obviously life happens. However, there is a difference between someone going through changing circumstances and trying to navigate their dreams along with life's obligations. That being said, there's also the matter of excuses and just telling you something to make you happy. This person might not be very clear in communication, especially when it comes to things of like finances or taking accountability. They might just assume that you're going to do it. And I think that that vibe is just not here for you anymore. Like, you are ready to be with someone who is good at listening, someone who shares your zest for life and also shares a curiosity for trying new things. Like, this person can be very closed-minded at times, especially when it comes to things of like food and experiences. They want something that is comfortable to them. However, to you would love to try new things. And they're also very, like, this person can be very stingy, and also like they're not as willing to share with you. And that's something that in a relationship, you know, you sort of look forward to, and that's just not there. You might feel like you're putting more into this ship than this person. So I think that you are taking the reins in terms of communicating more clearly of your expectations, okay? And this person might be an earth sign. So this technically is Sun in Capricorn, but they could share Taurus or Virgo energy in their big 3 or as their Venus sign. Okay, Let's see in career and studies and finances. Career, studies, finances. For pile 1 in the month of May. Interesting that we have the 7 of Wands here. The 7 of Wands suggests that there's been a lot of challenges in getting from point A to point B. Everyone sort of wants a piece of you, and you obviously have so much to give. This situation sort of reminds me of my sister. And right now, she's a chemical engineer. Snaps for her. But she's at this company that she worked so hard to get into, okay? And the position originally had said day shift. So she obviously assumed it was going to be day shift until she gets to the interview. And they say, would you be open to working the night shift? And because she said okay, because this company was one that she had to she spent several months connecting with people on LinkedIn to try to get her resume. And I've never seen her. My sister's a Capricorn, by the way. Her son is anyways. And so she's very determined when she puts her mind to something. However, now she's facing, she has been working at this company for about 8 months or so. And it was just a lot that she had to do to get herself out of the night shift because she did not foresee the long-term effects. Hold on, I have to go blow my nose. So anyhow, the moral of the story, she had to fight for a position in the day shift. And there were times when they told her, well, you haven't worked here for more than a year, so it's not necessarily guaranteed. And she pored over the employee handbook. She read it cover to cover because she wasn't stimulated. She didn't have anything to do. Literally, there is nothing in the employee handbook that says you have to work in a position for more than a year or a year plus. And so it's she's just feeling a lack of support. And that's what this energy is. This energy is people see something that they want and they just go through it ruthlessly. And you might feel alone or unsupported in certain cases with regards to colleagues or with regards to clients, where you just feel like maybe these observations that you've had, you haven't wanted them to necessarily hold truth. And unfortunately, you're seeing it play out. I'm also seeing protection of your resources, protection of your boundaries, protection of your money, your passwords, etc. We did also enter Mercury retrograde at the time that I'm filming this on April 21st, and it will go into the next couple weeks of May. So keep that in mind. The 7th might also be an important date. The 7 of Wands can also be associated with teaching and lecturing and writing. So maybe some of you are teachers and you're looking for other sources of income to sort of complete the plate here. Or you're working on writing some sort of anthology of short stories or poems. Or maybe perhaps that is an interest to you. Learning from your experiences is also something that I'm picking up with this card. And also making one big goal into several micro goals to kind of help dissipate that overwhelm. And also searching for resources so that you also are delegating the work that you have on your plate. That's for some of you. And then let's get spiritual and personal growth. Yeah, so getting clear on who you are is a good first step, I would say. Let's see, spiritual and personal growth. The Magician in reverse. So May 1st might be a significant date. The Magician in reverse sometimes doesn't necessarily believe that they have the power to make changes. And they do. They really do. The Magician is also like a manifesting card. So it just brings this energy of, I can do this. It's this Magician in reverse, which I love in this depiction. It's a Nona, and she's in her kitchen, right? And a Nona is in her element when she's in the kitchen. She knows what to do. And there's almost this beautiful symphony of science and art taking place at one time, but it's through this lens of passion that she's able to cook 7 courses, right? And grow all the things in her garden and set the table to the point that it looks like a fine dining restaurant. She has complete and total faith in herself and in her cuisine. And you might not necessarily feel that way now, but I believe that you will. This is faith testing you. And right now, you have to get clear on who you are and then also what it is that you want. Let me get some clarifiers. Can you clarify the Magician, please, in reverse? Yes, we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, often it's like you have to make a choice. You have to make a decision because you can't continue in this matter. But this does say ability to make successful changes with very little opposition. And so sometimes the missing piece could just be faith, like a lack of faith in yourself. Okay, because let's say you haven't seen the sun, then you're not going to believe that the sun is a real thing, right? Also, because the sun came up, Leo season, which is happening in August, might be very significant for you or a partner. Can you clarify the Seven of Wands, please? I know we're doing it in the reverse, and I don't know why, but that's what I'm feeling. I just heard as I was shuffling, stop giving other people power to make decisions for you that you could be making for yourself. So that might be a message for like one of you, but that's sort of the energy that I'm picking up. Yeah, so the Seven of Wands. With the Seven of Wands, we have the King of Cups in reverse, intemperance, injustice, scandal, dishonesty, and double dealing. So this could be a boss or a supervisor that maybe is telling you one thing, but doesn't necessarily carry through on what they say they're going to do. The King of Cups is wanting more for your life and more for yourself within the realm of like money and finances, for example, but not necessarily knowing when or how to execute those changes. And sometimes they can get caught up in their emotions and they allow their emotions to sort of cloud their judgment. You could be seeing that your boss isn't necessarily honest with you, or it feels like they're not telling you the whole truth. And so it's like they're giving you hope, but at the same time, they're not giving you the full story so that you can have that clarity and move on. And then can you clarify the Four of Pentacles? This could also be a teacher that is accusing you of something that maybe you didn't do, or is holding you to a different standard than other students, and you just feel hung out to dry, so to speak. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just going to take the card that is on top, and this is the Knight of Wands. A fair-haired young man, a change of position or residence for the better. So there could be a move coming up for some of you, because the Knight of Wands also denotes movement. But this is also someone who's not necessarily ready to make commitments unless they can see the benefit like straight on. And sometimes they just, the Knight of Wands, like this personality, they say that they're going to do one thing, but it doesn't necessarily end up happening. They usually give up if they're not passionate enough about it. I'm going to put these there. You don't want this anymore. Like, you are sick of people, I think, telling you what you want to hear. You're craving more honesty, but you also need to learn the power of boundaries, okay? And how important boundaries are for your mental health. Because the Magician rules Mercury. It rules how we process new information. I want to get a Whispers of the Ocean oracle. I have not used this deck in a minute. So, and I love the artwork on here. But just something to close out this May reading. I would say protect your savings and also build an active savings account, because you never know when the rainy day is going to come. But you ultimately have to make this decision of if you want to stay or if you want to go. And obviously, heartbreak is a real thing, even when it comes to leaving a company or not getting the position you want, because oftentimes our self-worth is measured by a number in our bank accounts or the amount of money that we're getting from said job. That was, hold on, let me see. Usually if it's like 3 cards, I will take it, but that's like the max that I'll go. Okay, so it's 3 cards. We'll close out your reading with this. Look at this. Safe and surrounded by love. Keep your heart open and know that you're being protected. Listen to what you know to be true and allow yourself to see and understand what is going on around you. So it's this energy of awareness. It's this energy of building trust with others that you know have had your back. And if you didn't know, dolphins mate for life. 17 is associated with the sign of Aquarius. So maybe there is an Aquarius in your life. And this could be someone who has Aquarius as their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. This is getting together with friends and celebrating something, or just getting together for the sake of wanting to share in each other's company. And I'm also getting, whenever I see dolphins, I get the playful energy. So really connecting to your inner child, doing a hobby that really brings joy naturally. Even if it's like painting or collaging, finding a creative outlet to express yourself. Find your pod. I'm also seeing like extended family. You could be making like a short trip to travel and visit extended family. Okay, so the next one we have is single-mindedness with the number 14. Choose your own path and what is best suited for you. Exactly. Don't be worried about what everybody else is doing. Think about your own trajectory, because ultimately when we are vibing on our own vibration and we're doing ourselves, we often are able to care for others and be there for others in a way that is much better, because we are acting on and making decisions from our own authenticity. Okay. I'm like trying not to mess up the cards. This could also be opening your mind to different world views or like different You might experience a paradigmatic shift as a result of conversations or as a result of making observations about others and like coming to your own realization about these changes that you need to make. Like maybe deep down you're not happy in your job and you know that you want to get out of it. So you have to make a plan. So it's not, oh my gosh, like if I leave this company, they're going to be so mad at me. If I leave this company, all of the work that I have done is going to go to nothing. No, there was a time and a place for you to contribute. And now the universe is saying you need to give back to yourself. And finally, we have inner desires. Set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. Take things one thing at a time. Don't feel like you need to rush into doing everything all at once. We did have intentionality at the beginning of this reading. That was our opening theme. And so being extremely intentional with your time, your resources, and who you spend, like who you spend time with, who you share your space with, that is all coming to the forefront in the month of May. So you might need to think about how you want to move forward. This is also, I'm getting the energy of making compromises, like knowing when to pick and choose your battles is going to be really important. So I am going to end with the Astro Dice instead. I'm going to get the 3 signs that are going to make a splash in your month of May. This could be your sign or a sign in your big 3 or someone else's. We have Libra. We have Cancer. So Libra, Cancer, 2 cardinal signs, as well as Sagittarius. Libra, Cancer, Sagittarius. So Libra carries the energy of one-on-one relationships. It's also about signing contracts. So for some of you, perhaps this is like making a move and you're signing a new lease or a mortgage, or, you know, you're doing dealings, not doing dealings, but you're making moves with your real estate agent or something. Cancer is all about the home. And so that's why I say, you know, a change in residency or a change in position for the better. It's all about the relationship you have with your mother, and May falls under Mother's Day. So there could be a change in the relationship that you have with your mom or a maternal figure, and that might be something that poses a lot of questions. So potentially getting a workbook. And Sagittarius has to do with philosophy, higher learning, the law, our ethics system, and that connects us back to that initial question of like, what do you desire? And getting to know yourself. A lot of the times we focus on the other person, and it's important to take time to get to know you, whether that be through journaling or through, again, completing a workbook. There's a self-love workbook that I love to recommend. And I will leave a link to that in the comments if you are curious. Reading a book by Brene Brown, Brene Brown, she just gets what humanity goes through, and I love it. So yeah, expanding your worldview. And that could be through travel, that could be through conversation, that could be through books. Maybe some of you fell out of love for reading just because of time, or maybe you've been just scrolling on social media. Okay, so we have, I can't remember if that's the South Node or the North Node, but we have 6, and we have Sagittarius again. Let me see. Yep, this is the South Node. So the South Node, 6 and Sagittarius. So the 6th house has to do with house, habits, or daily routines. Sagittarius is the planet of expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter. And if your South Node is in Sagittarius, then your North Node would be in Gemini. So that, like, you might have a deep understanding of life as a whole, but maybe use that to propel growth in the realm of your like local environment. This could also be like getting outside more, like using your knowledge about the world to make your everyday life go easier. This is also like learning new things about your health, and how you can take steps towards like preventing negative things. This is about like reading books about your mental health and your mental state, and understanding that it's okay to be uncertain of the outcome. The South Node is all of the information that we have inherited in previous lives, and you can access that. The Akashic Records is coming up. So looking into that, shameless self-plug, but I also have past life readings. I do them on my Etsy shop, and I have given a couple out, and each one is, they've honestly, like, it scared me the first time, but I love past life readings. That's actually one of my favorite readings to give, just because of the depth that you can access both through the tarot cards, but also by adding in astrology. It also shows the accomplishments, and or like doubts or misgivings that you've had in previous incarnations. So maybe you were like scared that you didn't know enough, and maybe that scares you, like, and that's a wound that you're bringing in. And that could be, you know, getting certified, for example, as like a yoga teacher, or in aromatherapy or Reiki therapy or yoga therapy. Like, it's all about learning how you can better yourself, your health, so that you can make radical changes on the regular when it comes to your daily routine. And I don't mean like changing your mind all the time, but like taking initiative with ease and empowerment. So that is all I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Toodle! What is up, Pile 2? Welcome to your May reading. I have a piece of tumbled blue tiger's eye. This is really amazing for warding off negative energy, bad vibes. Also helps with like dissipating anger so that you can communicate more clearly. This is also a stone that is really great to ease your fear of flying. Some of you might be traveling during this time, and also for relieving like pain that comes from migraine headaches. So that might be something that you're working on. And I love this stone because it's very subtle of a color, but like in the light you really see its true power. So let's take a look at what your fortune has to say about the month of May. You have an active mind and a keen imagination. Lucky numbers 11, 10, 18, 25, 33, and 38. We have two master numbers here, 11 and 33. And then 10 and 18. So 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 11 is Justice, 18 is the Moon. An active mind and a keen imagination. This stone is also really great to help you manifest your desires. So perhaps you are finding a little bit more ease this month in manifesting. We have number 7, Earth Worship. Until my body is in your arms, I will worship you, dear mother of mine. I'm seeing that some of you might receive messages from smaller animals. So like bees, birds, butterflies, bats, spiders, flies, anything of that nature. Like if you see that, pay attention to your surroundings and like what you're thinking, because that could be a subtle message from spirit. This is also an encouragement to get outside more during the month of May. This is all about big picture thinking and connecting to the earth. Some of you might be Tauruses or have Taurus energy in your chart. I'm seeing specifically, well, I guess Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, okay? Let's see what the book has to say. This is a newer deck for me, so I always like to think also that the messages in here, they can bring about different things for different people. We have harmony. And the number 40, so the 4th of May might also be significant. Earth worship is a card of celebration for the fulfillment of a journey. You have achieved much and have much to celebrate. Like the seasons flowing from one to another, you too have reached a place of harmony and wholeness. Even if your dreams are not yet fulfilled, your spirit is at peace and knows all is well. Take some time to reflect on your journey. What lessons have you learned? In what ways can you express gratitude for all that you've done? This card is called worship because you deserve this time to bask in the glory that is upon you. Allow the totality of your life to seep into your bones and protect all that you have, just as you protect our beautiful Earth Mother. The most literal expression of this card is to seek ways to do your part to heal the planet. Consider adopting a zero-waste lifestyle, eating organic foods, or volunteering in earth-based charities. As you work to heal Mother Earth, so shall she support you on your path to further success. 40 might also be an important birthday for some of you, whether it's yourself or a partner. I'm seeing like bodies of water might be calling to you, or even like going to a local park and hiking, and maybe you see some trash along the way and you decide to pick that up. Like Mother Earth will thank you for keeping her safe, keeping her clean. Taurus and Libra energy are coming through very strongly though. So either like you might have Taurus, you could even have Taurus as your Venus sign. It doesn't have to be sun, moon, or rising. Jupiter is actually entering the sign of Taurus on May 16th. And I say that because 16 reduces to 7 as well, but you might find a windfall of abundance. Also, I am using the Pasta Tarot deck. It is a recent acquisition, and I am in love. I am obsessed. So let's get a card about your love, relationships, friendships, any type of relationship. One-on-one relationships might be something of importance. Let's see. Oh, I love this. The 3 of Cups. You are going out to celebrate lasagna. I love, in my master's class in theories of counseling, I don't know what I was talking about, what we were talking about exactly, but there is a certain level of depth that each person has, and each lasagna looks a little bit differently, but celebrating like your identity, celebrating your authenticity with those that really open and want nothing but the best for you. This is like a happy reunion. This could be with extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, even like grandparents, parents, siblings. If you've been worried about if something will come through or not, the answer is yes, it will. Like if you and your partner have been looking for a new apartment or a new home, like you will be celebrating with a person or people. If you're single, then this could be close friends that you're reuniting with. There's a lot of conversation to be had. Maybe you come together, for example, and you notice that there might be a little bit more diversity than there used to be, meaning that you and your friends perhaps are at different places. Maybe you're on different places on the map, but also different places in life. But when you commune together, you just find that you all vibe on the same frequency and you are able to give each other advice on how to move forward. But everybody's lasagna looks a little bit different, okay? There's different traumas that are layered. And just find people who respect you for who you are and also don't define you based on, I'm not going to take those, but don't define you based on your experiences. Okay, let's see, career, success, and professional success, studies, finances. Interesting. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. This is interesting. I've never seen this card before, and this is like a broken bowl of noodles. And it's interesting because we have the tile, and the tile all has different astrology signs on it. I'm obsessed. But we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So this is you taking action perhaps on trying to see what has happened through the lens of compassion. Because it says like you have an active mind and a keen imagination. Your imagination is at play when anxiety is taking over. Because none of the experiences your anxiety is feeding you necessarily is rooted in reality. And so learning to separate your fears and challenging the thoughts that are not helping the situation is going to be really important. This could mean walking away from something, like walking away from a company where you've constantly felt alone. Some of you are no longer working the night shift, and that is a win in it of itself. Or you're changing positions or changing companies so that you no longer have to work the night shift. This is you needing to rely on help from other people to sort of amend the situation. Or you might be working on a team and you feel like you're not being heard or you're not being listened to. With this 9 of Swords here in reverse, this could also maybe like you feel like you have done, like you can't do any more in this situation. You can only move forward. I'm going to see personal growth and spiritual success. We have death. Yeah. And 13 also has to do with rebirth and moving on. And it might be really sad for you because you didn't necessarily see this coming. I think you had more faith in the company or you had more faith in the person than like in it working out than it not working out. And you didn't necessarily see it coming. And we have the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The Six of Swords is moving. So maybe saying goodbye to some place that you called home for a period of time. And this could be home in the personal sense or home in the career sense. And not necessarily knowing where you're moving on to, but having hope and having faith that things are going to turn out for the better. So let's get some clarity cards. The Three of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups. Interesting. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is working on your relationships, or maybe bringing up relationships in therapy. We have this card indicates a promotion, improved financial opportunities. And I had said earlier that if you have been struggling, like maybe you and your partner are working towards a certain goal career-wise so that you can get X, Y, or Z. And I also said Virgo, like earth sign energy in the beginning. So some of you could have someone with Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo as their sun, moon, rising, or Venus potentially. And that could be something. I'm seeing really great relationships here with your coworkers as well and your colleagues. Okay. And I just realized, like, as I was about to, we have the Nine of Pentacles right here. So 8 and 9, succession, success. Maybe in the next 8 weeks, you will be thriving in this Three of Cups energy. Like, in its completeness. You will be completing something and celebrating with friends. Alexa, what is 8 weeks from today?
1 month and 26 days after today is June 19th, 2023.
June 19th, 2023. So that could be an important date where you're working on something. Okay, let's see. 9 of Swords in reverse. Can you clarify the 9 of Swords in reverse? I'm going to take this. I guess I'll take the 2 cards. Yes, so working together towards a common goal for this one. Okay, so moving on, we have Capricorn. Yep, denotes anxiety or uncertainty, indicates worry and confusion. Again, maybe you were not told the whole story, or you felt really alone, and it almost felt like no one was advocating for you. But we do have the Star, which is number 17. I believe that wasn't one of your lucky numbers. But this talks about good health and fortune, gives hope, courage, and confidence. So the Star here is a really beautiful message to receive, along with the 9 of Swords in reverse, because there is hope in getting out of this situation. And your spirit guides want you to know that this situation is, in fact, temporary, okay? You might have to wait a little bit longer, but with swords, things with swords, like, they're the quickest in terms of timing. But you might benefit from opening up to a counselor, because it does help to have like an unbiased opinion or an unbiased form of feedback when it comes to you and your thoughts. Can you clarify the Death card, please, in personal and spiritual growth? Yes, 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 yes. So, Knight of Cups in reverse, possible fraud or trickery in connection with a proposition or an offer. So I am seeing that maybe these people were telling you that your offer was going to start. Maybe you even signed the offer letter, but there's a lot more that you have to go through that they did not clearly communicate. Your spirit guides are letting me know, though, that by May 16th, when Jupiter moves into the sign of Taurus, you will find clarity. Whether or not this means you have to say goodbye to the position or to the company itself, something more promising is on the way to you. And I am curious, so I'm going to get a career and I'm going to get an oracle card from each. I didn't feel as called to do this, but I feel like you guys are maybe in a place where you're a little bit unsure of how this month is going to play out and also your future onwards. Okay, so let's get a career and life purpose card first. Oh, my battery's going to die. JK. Hold on, let me change it and I'll be right back. There's also this energy of mourning the loss, that things moving on will not be the same. Hold on. I have in this psychic box my tea leaf oracle. I want to pull those out first. So let's see. Because sometimes what I like about this deck is it just gives you the messages can be very spot on. So pile 2, can you clarify this 9 of Swords energy in pile 2's career and studies? This could also be maybe a major is no longer working and you have to switch and you're honestly a little bit unsure as to what that is going to mean. Okay, so Spirit brought us some clarity. We have the Well, family wishes come true. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, you're feeling the weight of family pressure and you obviously want to make your parents happy, but you also want to know that you're going to be doing something meaningful in life. So definitely consider what the two would look like, but also you might need to make decisions that conflict with what your parents want of you. We have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming, and usually it's a change for the better, right? A caterpillar does not necessarily choose when they turn into a butterfly. They're going along the stages as natural as, as they come, not necessarily thinking about what's ahead, but focusing on what you can do to make the immediate change now. We have Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. The universe might be testing you, and you know what? Sometimes we do have tests from the universe so that we can sort of measure how far we've come. Know that it won't be this way forever. And you have to listen to your guides, listen to your intuition. Quiet the background noise. And we have barking dog, advice from a friend. What did we just say with that? So maybe talking to a friend or getting advice from someone who you can trust. Preferably someone who's licensed. But also maybe doing informational interviews with professionals that inspire or intrigue you in some way. So can we get clarity on pile 2, what they need to know about their life purpose and career in the month of May? You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So again, you might be doubting yourself, but just know that your guides are following your moves, but they're also ask for a sign if you're unsure. and you'll receive it, and you'll also know. We have on the bottom of the deck, we have travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Maybe you want to be able to work remotely. And so finding a way to do that so that you can work from anywhere. Travel in the sense that like the company pays for your time out in a different area. Or maybe for those of you who are studying, you have the chance to do so and study abroad. Highly recommend that as well. Let's get one more card. Nutrition. You conduct healing work through your culinary skills. So maybe you have a passion for food. That could be on social media. That could be like meal prepping and like fitness, but it could also be how to make healthy, like how to make easy meals at home, right? That taste good. But also you make decisions best when you have a full stomach. Okay. I'm curious about a money message for you, because I do think that perhaps this loss might bring about like a change in your income. However, that is not to say that this is the wrong choice. So I want to give you some money message for the month of May, pile 2 in the collective. What does pile 2 need to hear with regards to their finances? Detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. And then on the bottom of the deck we have, and it's funny because we have the star here and we have the star card. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. Highly encourage you to make like a vision board if you haven't already, and hang it in a place where you can see it. And if you don't feel like doing the whole collage thing with magazines, make a digital one. Right? You can make like a digital background, and then that way when you turn on your phone, that is the picture that you see, right? And it holds within your subconscious. The more times you see it, the more times your intuition connects with what it is that you really want and what would really make you happy. So tapping into that joy brings those blessings inward. Let's get a message in the romance department for my pile 2s. But I am seeing that you and your partner are working to accomplish common goals. Like this could be even like packing up, like making a list together, going through the house and like doing a major deep clean and declutter before, packing up those boxes. I love this energy. We have true love. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So some of you in pile 2, you've already found the love that you're meant to be with. And this card wanted to pop out as well. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And if you don't know how to forgive your parents, exploring that in therapy can never hurt, but also reading more about how you can work through issues from your past. And finally, we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So being honest about what it is that you want in the future and assessing the present and making common goals, like talking about your dreams with each other instead of maybe like scrolling through socials in the same room or watching a TV show, like taking a pen and paper and writing down what it is that you want the next 8 months to look like, what it is that you want to accomplish in the next 8 weeks, in the next 8 months, or in the next 12 weeks, whatever it is. Like make a deadline and give yourselves action steps that you both can do to contribute, both to individual goals and goals that you have as a couple. So like this could also be doing something that maybe you normally wouldn't do with each other, like pottery or painting. And this doesn't necessarily be like, it doesn't need to be a painting with a twist. Like it doesn't need to be a formal thing. You can do it in your living room with some canvases you get at the dollar store and a Bob Ross tutorial on YouTube. And, you know, like make it your own. Make each experience your own. But these trials and tribulations that you are going through, they are making you stronger. Okay? So I'm going to end with a Whispers of the Ocean Oracle deck, just because I really, really vibe with this one, and it's been a minute since I've used it. If you haven't found true love yet, you will, and you will benefit from doing that work. And if you're single, get to know yourself. Find out what you like. Find out what you don't like. Dare yourself to take a solo date. Go watch a movie that you've been dying to see. Or go take like a walk and have a picnic with yourself and read a good book. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of messages. This is a lot. This is too much. If it was like 3, I would say okay, but sorry, I'm trying to keep the integrity of the cards. Okay. I'll take these 2, I guess. So we have Polite Declaration, number 19. 19 is the card that represents the sun in tarot. So Leo season or Leo might be very important, or the 19th of May might be very important for you. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Look at that. This is owning up to what it is that you desire and not hiding behind those limiting beliefs. And obviously, listen, everyone has limiting beliefs. As I said that, I saw 11 and 22, and I'm pretty sure those were your numbers. Owning up to your desires and being real with yourself about how to get them. Because this death, it's happening for a reason. And I'm not saying it's a literal death, but I am saying that there is going to be a major change, or you are maybe having difficulty processing the major change. We have 18, and that was also a lucky number of yours. Clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing any excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. So again, getting rid of stuff that no longer serves you, clearing away habits that are maybe you feel yucky afterwards, or you don't feel as great beforehand. Like if it's not supporting your wealth, your health, or your happiness, throw it out the window and find substitute hobbies to explore. But this is all about trying new things as well. So yes, pile 2, that is the messages. Those are the messages I have for your month of May. I hope that it helped bring you some clarity and some relief. And if it did, give this video a like, and I will hopefully see you in the next reading. Toodles! Pile 3, welcome to your reading all about what May has in store for you. This is the Moonstone Pendant. Moonstone is just a beautiful crystal for helping you to dispel any negativity, and it also helps you connect with your intuition. So let's see what we have on the back of this. We have a refreshing change is in your future. So change is happening all around, guys. And obviously, that's part of life. And how we respond to that change, it all depends on what it is, but it also depends on you. So let's see what message Spirit has in store for you. Wow, we have bonfire, number 2. So May 2nd might be very important for you. We have, it is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration with bonfire. Okay. Since this is a newer deck, I do want to see what the book has to say. We are on page 25 in the book. So the 25th of May might be very important for you as well. It could be an age that you're turning, or the 25th of May. So that being said, we have the theme of remembrance. In ancient days, all fires would be extinguished and a giant community fire created to represent the sun's power. The bonfire served as a reminder to seek growth, fertility, and abundance, and to remember that dark days would be followed by light and all would be well again. In this way, bonfires represent a remembrance of the light within your spirit, a call to reclaim your inner power. Are you full of inspiration and dreams but fail to take action? We all have an inner power, but if left unused, this power sinks into the background. Allowing your inner force to dwindle can lead to undesirable effects, such as low self-esteem, lack of motivation, negative feelings, or stagnation and confusion. The more your power is left unused, the less confidence you might have to seek out the dreams that are your right to claim. Bonfire brings you the gift of remembering the force within you and guides you to act upon the desires within your heart. This is a card of strong, forceful action, and when it comes to your spread, it is a sign that your plans, ideas, or dreams are likely to lead you to success. Like all fires, your dreams must be tended to, or the flame will go out. Do not let your flame extinguish, for each time you do, it will become more challenging to light again. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but some of you are going through some sort of desire to cut something out of your life. I specifically heard like some of you are trying to quit. I heard that some of you are trying to quit smoking. There's also a passion that is burning within you to create a different outcome than what you currently, than the circumstances currently predict. I have been using this new deck of mine. It's called the Pasta Tarot. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's beautiful. So we're going to be using her today. I was going to switch and use different decks for each reading, but I said nay because I'm obsessed with this deck. Obsessed. There's an energy of balance that I am seeing between doing and feeling, or doing and being. So yes, taking a time out perhaps to sort of tune in. But again, we're not quitting, we're not turning back, we're just taking a pause to reflect on what we need and what it is that we want. Okay. You might be undergoing a transformation with regards to a relationship you have with your body. Let's get a card about relationships, love and relationships for pile 3 in the month of May. The Chariot, so taking action, initiative. This is asking someone out on that first date. this is the energy of moving forward or feeling like you can make progress with this person. This could be moving and changing your home space, your home base. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So this is accepting, feeling seen and appreciated in the relationship. I'm hearing pursuing the fire, pursuing the passion. Balancing your needs with that of the other person. You or this other person likes to feel like they have a sense of control, and they might be a little bit abrasive when it comes to demanding your time or attention to things. They don't like to repeat themselves, or maybe you feel like you're having to repeat yourself. So it's like this balance of maybe, yes, you said the words, but were they heard in the first place? I want to clarify with a tarot card and a tea leaf oracle card for each reading. So love and relationships for pile 1 in the month of May. Taking action when you feel ready in the relationship. Seven of Pentacles. It's so weird. We have 7. Okay. All right. I'm hearing. Financial worries will continue, but patience will finally win out. So some of you, like, for example, could be moving, but maybe one of you is unemployed, or maybe there's a major disparity between the two of you, and it's causing some tension to linger. Maintain fuel to the fire when it comes to like taking actions to improve each other's finances, and like both individually and as a couple. Clarify the Chariot, please, and the 7 of Pentacles when it comes to pile 2 in the relationships. Okay, we have 2. New job or career with the pin. Some of you might be opening doors to like a side hustle that generates more income than perhaps you anticipated. And we have psychic ability, trust your intuition. So if you're someone is, if how this person shows their true colors, like believe that and trust your gut. Trust your instincts. Some of you, this could be like an internship for the summer that you take on to help bring in more money, or like a summer, like for example, let's say, you teach during the school year, finding different sources of income to supplement your summer months. Some of you could be like having car trouble. So just, make sure you get that oil changed, replenishing your car with the fuel to keep going. Career and studies and finances for pile 3 in the month of May. Interesting. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So like 2 things are happening at once. Perhaps you're juggling a primary place of employment and a side hustle, or you're taking an additional part-time job. Perhaps you're even considering changing majors to something that suits your desire, that suits your passions a little bit better, and helps you perform. Like, for example, I forced myself to be pre-med. Did I have any? I loved learning about the body, but there's multiple ways to learn about the body, right? I wasn't good in science, and I was forcing myself to do something that I hated doing. And so a cousin of mine had said, hey, college Your college years are supposed to be some of the best years of your life. And pose the question, like, why are you paying all this money to suffer? Because my GPA tanked and I ended up needing to rebuild my GPA. But I ended up going with writing intensive English and I started thriving. I started taking Italian classes because I had space in my schedule. I was able to be president of my book club. I connected with this mentor who really was transformative in the way that she gave advice, but also in the way that she supported my dreams. Like, a lot happened just because I decided to change direction, and it happened for the positive. So in this case, you might be asked to change directions. Also, like putting a pin in your new job or career. Like, for example, let's say you want to be a therapist. Well, you have to put a pin in that because you have to get to school first. And then you have to do, your practicum, your internship. And then you have to serve those 3,000 hours for your limited licensure before you can actually become a licensed professional counselor. So there's multiple steps I'm hearing for some of you. And that could be causing a little bit of overwhelm because, yes, you want this for your long term, but is it worth it in your short term? And that is something that you can answer for yourself. But your spirit guides are asking you to think about the long term. We have favorable sun denotes good health or a speedy recovery from illness. So favorable sun, lucky number 9. The sun in September rules like Libra season, Virgo and Libra season. So that could be a time that, like, or the 29th, you find out something. Let's get a tea leaf oracle card. Somebody might have their eyes on you. So, like, for example, I would say be careful with what you say and how you say it because somebody could, for example, pick that up as flirtation when you're just being very friendly. Also, someone might compliment you on your eyes. Okay, so for career and studies for pile 3, the month of May, we have wind chimes, peace and harmony. You are wanting peace and harmony. You are wanting a clear path forward with little to no opposition. And sometimes that it's possible. And you just kind of have to, it's all about the sound I'm hearing. Like you'll know it when you hear it. Just by how it resonates within your body. You will have a physical reaction. Like you get your heart like lifts up when you're talking about this subject. So if like you've been uncertain about which direction to go in, listen to your body. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart. We have rose. Romance is in the air. So maybe there's an office romance, or maybe you have developed a relationship with a boss or a coworker that is very, very intimate. It might not necessarily be romance per se, but it could just be a very close connection with someone. Some of you might receive flowers at work. That's like a very, very specific example. We do have the 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck in reverse. So it's like what makes you passionate, but in your heart, maybe you doubt that it is. Your dreams are a possibility. Like that dream is real. And it's however you go about, it's however you see possibility. If you don't think it's possible, then you're going to prove yourself right. If you think it's possible, you're also going to prove yourself right. Let's see personal growth and spiritual development for May for pile 3. Interesting. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You have so many people that love you, like you are surrounded by loved ones. I just don't think that you necessarily can see it yet. Or you doubt your self-worth so much that you feel isolated from those that you love. Durns it. I was like, maybe I can like make all of this fit and that would make me so happy. Let me just see if I can. It kind of fits. I'm going to put it like up here. Okay. You are abundant in resources, in offers, in talent. Again, I think it's something that you don't recognize within yourself just yet. And your intuition, your spirit guides are wanting you to recognize yourself in all of your glory. Yeah, we have the King. Oh, I'm sorry. It switched on me. We have the Magician. Wisdom, change in position for the better. Okay, we're back. Pile 3. I just had to kind of redo the setup. Okay. All right. So with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, with the Magician in the upright, I'm seeing there is a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity to learn from life here. And instead of seeing your glass through half empty eyes, your spirit guides are wanting you to see it through more full eyes. And okay, a bunch of teacup oracle cards came out, but I'm only going to grab the first few that I saw. Okay. So we have disappointment in a friend or a lover. I think currently right now you might be living far apart from your family. You might be separated and therefore not able to see them as much. And it can be difficult, especially when we're going through hard times and we don't necessarily have the social circle to open up. Be mindful of your expectations of others to avoid disappointment, because sometimes when you don't set expectations, and that goes back to clear communication, that can put us in a triggering frame of mind. We also have it flagged, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Now, again, you may lower your expectations. Lowering your standards is a little bit different, okay? Because expectations are subjective, right? If one person expects level A to be enough, like at this much, another person might be like, nope, this is my line in the sand right here, right? So expectations can shift, but standards is what you're willing to tolerate. And I have a feeling, my loves, those of you who have chosen pile 3 have had like a history of losing friends due to disappointments, losing lovers due to them not being able to love you how you deserve to be loved. And this is you standing up for yourself. We have fair man. A dealings or a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. This could be a boss. This could be a friend. This could be a family member who has some wisdom to share with you about what to do when you're sort of feeling stuck. We also have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. And I always like to think of strangers as channels for our angels. Like sometimes the universe sends us this stranger and communicates through them a message that we desperately need to hear. So a man might come to you and approach you and shake your hand, and know that this person might hold some significance. And I know that that's kind of a broad, cryptic-y message, but you'll know when you shake their hand, or you'll know when the opportunity strikes. It could be in career. Like this could be like your advocate. Okay. I'm going to get an Ocean Oracle card. What message do you have for the month of May for my pile 3s? There could be something that you left unfinished. It could have to do with career, but it could also have to do with a family member that you've distanced yourself from. Like maybe Spirit is calling you back towards that family member. We have keeping it in check with number 8. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. So this is like check your surroundings. Make sure like you check all the boxes that is necessary. We also have gentle moderation with the card on the bottom of the deck. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. And notice how there's many walruses, which conveys the importance of communicating with others and possibly getting some feedback from another trusted friend. I'm going to get one more card. What astrology placements? Okay, these 2 cards are coming up. This is Oracle of the Radiant Sun. We have extremism with Mercury and Scorpio. Also number 8. So this person could be experiencing highs and lows. This could also talk about you experiencing emotional highs and lows. There might be some deep feelings that you need to unpack. Okay. Some of you could be really interested in like true crime or psychology, spirituality, and therapy. Like I see like if you're exploring therapy, for example, the 2 different extremes between the effects of your childhood and then the present and the implications of childhood trauma. You might be more interested this month in like exploring people's hidden motives or rationales, people's deepest fears. But yeah. Also in literature, like reading books. Or maybe that's a hobby that you meant to return to. We also have the moon in Sagittarius with the number 9. So the moon in Sagittarius, and what did I say about like your glass half full? The moon in Sagittarius is a really beautiful time to explore questions of our faith and also learning more about ourselves relative to our contributions in the world. There's this hunger for travel and adventure, and so maybe planning a trip is in the cards for you. But there is a desire to share new experiences in order to expand your worldview. Also, looking at the bigger picture might help put things into perspective. So maybe as to limit this black and white thinking. Journaling is a big one between the 2 of these, like exploring deep feelings, but also writing them down. Writing a book or writing in general. Some of you might be working on a course and teaching some sort of masterclass, even if it's just like you publishing it on Udemy or something. Like that could be in the cards for you. Deepening your spirituality and your religion, or also like or examining your identity with regards to spirituality. Some of you might be preparing for some sort of test. A test of faith is what I'm hearing. Let me see, because the moon in Sagittarius is coming up. I'm just curious as to when. The full moon, that is. The new moon won't be happening until Sagittarius season. The May full moon, hold on, June 3rd will be the full moon, I believe, in Sagittarius. Anywho, that is what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will hopefully see you in a reading soon. Toodles!